A few weeks ago, you were a bit nervous after those injuries and the run you had. You're kind of at the end of that really tough run. How impressed tonight and in totality have you been with your club in this last few weeks?
Yeah, extremely impressed, Hal. As you say, I had question marks over whether we had enough quality in the squad, whether we have enough numbers in the squad to handle the injuries, and we've handled it pretty impeccably, I would say. 7 points out of 9 when you have had away fixtures against Villa, City, and Spurs. Very unfortunate not to come away with 9 points out of 9 out of that, and then of course tonight was the big test for me, right? Because a lot of the time, it doesn't really tend to matter how well Arsenal performing in the Premier League. We seem to die when it comes to playing in Europe. Now, I know we was at home tonight, and I know that's not the star-studded PSG side of a few years ago with your Neymars, your Messis, and all the rest of them. However, we made them look like scrubs tonight. I ain't gonna lie, we bossed that game from start to finish, and I think, to be honest with you, tonight was all about Trossard. Yeah, I don't want to ever hear an Arsenal fan chat shit about Trossard ever again, right? Because all we was hearing was, oh, he's the 12th man, he's better coming off the bench, and all along I've been saying, just give this guy a run of games. Give him a run of games. You can't just expect him to keep coming off the bench and doing the business, and then you give him one start and then you drop him for the next game. Give him a run of games, and we'll see what this guy is all about. It's quite easy to see that, in my opinion, he's definitely our most technically gifted player, in terms of left foot, right foot. He can pick a pass as well. He showed that tonight. And yeah, I think he is a massive reason as to why we haven't missed Odegaard, because he's filled in that position and he's done it exceptionally well. Havertz, again, another player that I was massively critical of when Arsenal was signing him, but he's doing the business and tonight I thought he was really, really good. His hold-up play was exceptional. When we're defending for the majority of that second half, and you need somebody who's going to hold the ball up, who's going to win free kicks in and around, the sort of the centre of the pitch to get the team back up the field again. He did that brilliantly, and he took his goal really well as well. The only disappointment, really, and this ain't even really a disappointment, but it could have been more, and it probably should have been more if we're being real. We had a few more opportunities that maybe we could have done better with. But apart from that, it's nice to see Arsenal play a team in Europe and make it look as comfortable as what we did. I thought it was brilliant tonight. I ain't going to lie.
I hear and concur. I totally get where you're coming from with that. We are gonna speak some more Arsenal, but I know V's got to go soon. So I wanted to run to V. Really impressive night tonight for Manchester City. 4-0 was actually a flattering scoreline, I felt, for your opponents. It could have been 10-11, 12-0 tonight. You were that good.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Hopefully my internet's holding up. It was a little laggy for me, but no, it was impressive, and more so, I think, because of the players, like the young players. I have to give a lot of credit to the EDS and the Football Academy, because on display, Manchester City fans should take a lot of pride in seeing Foden Academy, Rico Lewis Academy, James McAtee Academy. It was so good to see them play and to see how they delivered. I mean, all of them had impacts within the game. So when we hear things about, holding on to players, we have a wealth of it. So sometimes we have to let some players go, Cole Palmer being the latest one. But I was really proud of how the players played today. We needed this result after Inter, because who knows what's going to be the right number in terms of standings to be in the top half. But hey, you said it early, Haaland. If rivals are still questioning this player, then I just let them talk. Talk to the wall. Because Haaland is that guy, 42 games, 41 games, 42 goals. Incredible. And Rico Lewis, he released that pass on him and freed up Haaland for that goal. So I was impressed. I'm not too sure where Professor's going to go with regards to review of this, but I was really happy with today.
Yeah, look, it was very comfortable, and there was a nice little counter from them in the opening minutes, but it looked like absolute one way. The only disappointing thing I'd say, and maybe if I was a City fan, is he could have scored more goals, but
yeah, we hit 3 posts that game.
You did, but I think it almost, and this is no disrespect to your opponents, sometimes it can be so easy, your levels drop a little bit because it was almost like you were playing kids. You were that much better than them. You really were. And yeah, the Haaland stuff, as I say, I do think he's the greatest goal scorer that's ever played football in England. I don't think there's a single striker from a goal scoring perspective that can talk to this guy.
Yeah, I'm not fighting you on that one either, Terry. I mean, others can do it. I'm not fighting you on that one.
Just think about the strikers that have played in the Champions League: Rooney, Henry, Shearer, Aguero, all of them. 42 goals in 41 games is an absolute. And by the way, he was scoring at that rate when he was at Salzburg and Dortmund. Yeah. It's not like he came to City and started doing it. He was doing it. You've seen how poor Salzburg have been in this competition since he left. This guy was doing it at that level as well. He's an absolute.
He was made for the Prem, Tel. He was made for the Prem. That's what Haaland is. He's made for the Prem. Physicality, speed. He's got a finish. And a lot of people sit there and disrespect him on the he scores tap-ins. But to get into that position to score a tap-in is very difficult because you have to look at how a defender's moving, where defenders be. You got to be in the right place and attack that space. And even like, bro, it's difficult, but people act like it's just easy. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna tap the ball in.
And Terry, let me say this before I go. I'm surrounded by Arsenal fans, not including you, but I want to say this. I want to say this real quick. Listen, Arsenal, the patience that you as a fan base have shown, like Terry said early in the show, it's paying off. It is paying off. The eighths, the fifths, all those to the point of challenging for the league and how good you're looking in Champions League. This is the example to all those rivals that have the impatience with what's happening at their club. They should all look at you guys as, listen, look what patience gets you. Look what trust in a manager that's a novice, that doesn't quite have the CV, can pay off and do. So, the performance in the Champions League, I didn't watch it. I'm going to watch it later on tonight. I recorded it. But the fact that you guys are doing what you're doing with Arteta and the ownership, hey, it's credit to you guys. Well deserved.
Hey, mate, that was sick though. Thanks for the pep talk, trying to little bro us and all that.
This is
sounding hella. You nearly got away with it, bro. You nearly got away, but I nearly missed it. I nearly missed it.
This ain't City pool, brother. This ain't City pool. This ain't City pool, bro.
We were discussing your game.
This is Arsenal versus Man City.
Kind of be like, you lot should give yourself a pat on the back.
There's a rivalry. There is no good blood between us.
Big up there, mate.
Bro, it's war when you come back, bro. It's war, bro.
This guy's hilarious.
Don't take it as disrespect. Don't take it as a disrespect. What they're actually trying to say is Ten Hag in. Trust the process, Tel.
Hey.
Oh, you know what? I've just realized. Veta, you're playing chess, bro.
Veta can do one, bro. Veta can do one after that.
Take care, guys.
Take care, bro. Take care. Well, no, I'm trusting the process. We're just not with him at the wheel. I'm telling you. Do you know what I mean? I'm trusting the builders. I'm just not trusting the bus driver. It's one of them ones. Thank you for that, Brandon. Thank you for that. Egal. Talk to me about your team's performance tonight. Who stood out for you?
That smile, man.
Yo, before we get into the performance, can I just say, Brandon, calm down. Not every time we need to be worrying about things. I told you, talk to me after Leicester, 4 goals. Talk to me after PSG, another 2 goals. I don't seem too worried about the creativity anymore because Leandro Trossard seems to be doing a good job covering in for Martin Odegaard. Mikel Arteta seems to find solutions. It only took him, 1 game of our creativity looking a little bit off before he figured it out. Trust his team. Set pieces. I told you guys, Man City have Erling Haaland. We have a set piece coach that can get us 20 goals a season. We're already on how many? 4? What is it? 4 goals from set pieces so far? That's crazy. Like, we got to acknowledge how crazy that is. On top of that, Bukayo Saka scoring from where he scored today, the set piece dark arts that we're doing is mental. We also have to give Kai Havertz some credit. 6 goals in his last 6 home games. That's a run comparable to the Aubameyangs, to the Van Persies. Those are the kind of guys who've done this.
So just on that record, he's equaled the second best, which I think Aubameyang and somebody else has. I want to say it was Bonglahor's name on there, not Bonglahor, Adebayor, but it might be someone else. But he's 1 goal behind, equaling. If he scores in your next home game, he equals Henry's record. If he scores in the next 2, he breaks Henry's record. And that for a player, Igal, that was so ridiculed when he signed is phenomenal, right?
100%. And the way that he's scoring the goal too, the bravery, the fact that he putting his body on the line, getting what is that? A goal versus Leicester, a goal versus Bolton, a goal versus PSG, Brighton, Wolves, Everton last season. The run is going to keep going. Hopefully, we got Southampton this weekend. Hopefully, he can keep it going. I do believe in him. And also, there's another person I want to speak about. He went off after 45 minutes, but Timber's performance today, he took Ligue 1's best player and told him, I'm going to lock you down. I'm going to take the key and I'm going to throw it away. And you're not going to do nothing for the rest of the game. Even when I leave, you're still going to be locked down because you're going to remember the trouble I put you through. Timber is a proper defender. I rate that guy so highly.
It's true, because even after Timber went, I still didn't.
He did not lose a single duel. He did not do nothing wrong. Anytime the player came next to him, he just took the ball off him. And we made PSG look like an average team today. PSG have not played a single team on our level all season. They've been undefeated. They've been beating teams 6-0, 4-2. The closest team to our defense, they ended up drawing against. And their attack today, without Ousmane Dembele, I bet you any money, Luis Enrique is probably regretting not bringing Dembele after he's seen that performance today from his team, because they did not look like they had anything going from the other side of the pitch. And this was... Today, we showed we are no longer that young team that people look at. We played a young team today. We bossed them. We showed them how to play football. And people who watch Arsenal and rivals who talk to us about, oh, you could have a banana skin versus PSG. People messaging me before the day starts. Igal, you're going to be available at 11 in case you lose. I'm like, yeah, I will be, but we're not going to lose. Anyways.
Where they at, Igal? Where they at?
I wanted to. You mentioned Timber earlier on. We were speaking about Calafiori and how good he looks. I mean, you're just so stacked, Igal. When you think about, you've still got Ben White that's out. You've got Tommy Asu that's coming back as an example. Considering who was in your defense, however many months ago, a couple of years ago, to have Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Calafiori, Ben White, Tommy Asu. When Kiwior is probably your worst defender and he's okay, that's ridiculous levels of depth.
Terry, I said title-winning defense years ago. This is way better than what I thought.
Well, about to say, when you said that, 2/3 of this team weren't here, then, mate. So you can't take credit. But okay,
no, I'm not taking credit. I'm just simply saying I seen where Mikel Arteta was trying to go by building with the defense. Build with the defense. Stop worrying about we need attackers, we need strikers. We're going to win this league based on our defense. William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, our defense is going to be what wins us this league title. That's my general thought. We were never going to be a team. We're never going to be a team that's going to blitz Man City, blitz Aston Villa, blitz Tottenham. No, against certain teams of quality, you're going to see these kind of performances where we score 2 goals and then we just completely shut them out for the rest of the game. There's going to be games where we need to score more. We're capable of that. But really and truly, our strength is our defense. Don't be afraid if we lean on it more often and you see more defensive performances than you see offensive juggernaut performances, because that's what I expect going forward. Guess what? We're going to face Southampton this week. Maybe we beat them by 6-0. Who knows? But when we play,
you could.
Who knows?
You really
right?
could.
Who knows? But when it comes to other teams, for example, when we face Liverpool, Chelsea, if we see defensive performances in those games where we don't create as many as we do against the smaller teams, don't be surprised, because that might be by design.